This is Smallzy Surgery.
And just a quick one for you tonight. Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner. You know how they're in the midst of their divorce. How does everyone feel about this, okay? They announced they were separating back in September, right? Today, Sophie Turner has gone Instagram. She's hard launched her new man on Instagram. Her new boyfriend is a 29-year-old British aristocrat. His name is... I'm going to try and work this out. Peregrine? San Pellegrino. His name is San Pellegrino Pearson. Peregrine Pearson. She's hard launched the boyfriend. Meanwhile, Joe apparently is in a relationship with a model called Stormy Bree. And I just think it's far too soon.
For both of them?
I think for both of them, it's far too soon. They were married, have children, and in the space of 5 months, they're hard launching new romances. I think there should be at least a cooling off period. Does anyone agree with me? I think if you've been in a long-term relationship, that you must do, it's like a crime. It's like you have to do a punishment. You must be single for a certain period of time. And you certainly, if there's children involved, you can't just be hard launching San Pellegrino on the Instagram. Do you reckon the kids have met San Pellegrino?
I'm going to assume they have.
You reckon?
Probably.
They've only been separated. Dad only got kicked out of the house 4 months ago. And San Pellegrino... Anyway, I want to ask this question tonight, 13 24 10. Should you have a no dating buffer? If you are in a long-term relationship and you have broken up, should you have a buffer where you're not allowed to date?
How long before moving on?
How long? You summed that up much better than I did. 13 24 10, go, call me. How long before moving on? There should be at least 6 months, no, 10 months. You can, no, 10 months?
Oh,
no,
10's a bit much.
No, you can. Here's my statement. You're allowed to play a little... hide the game, hide the sausage, but you cannot date. You cannot fall into a real romance. 10-month minimum is what I'm saying. After a long-term relationship, you are banned for a relationship for 10 months. That's how long before moving on? I say, if you've been in a long-term, this is my take, if you've been in a long-term relationship, you must wait a year. I've gone up. Was 10 months. I thought about it. A year. You must wait until you can move on to another relationship. You got to do work on yourself. You have to... Hello, Kate. How long before moving on? What are you saying?
I think 1 year.
Okay, good. I love this. I'm on a
100%.
unity ticket here. You can be sowing... Don't get me wrong. Sow your seed. Do what you want. But just don't get into another relationship because you clearly have unresolved issues because you couldn't make the last one work. Am I right?
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I hear you. Thanks so much, Kate. We got Lisa. How long before moving on? What's your hot take?
I don't think it matters. I think when you know, you know. The person I'm with now,
No, I disagree. Absolutely. Continue, though. The person you met?
Oh, I was with someone for 6 years, and then a couple months later, I met the person I'm with now, and we're married with children.
Oh, okay. Did you think, though, did you do any work on yourself between the last relationship busting up and then meeting the new one? Because you got to learn about... Sometimes, if you've been in a long-term relationship, you can lose your identity. You got to find out who you are, Lisa. Otherwise, you just fill in a hole with another bad choice. You're filling a void. You're filling a part... you're just filling an empty space in your soul.
Thank you.
With another... person without actually finding out who you are, if that makes sense.
But sometimes the relationship has ended a long time before it's officially over. So you kind of do that work as you go before you finally pull the pin.
Yeah, like those relationships, it's like, oh my God, where you start sleeping on the couch or the other room, or you're like, oh, I just don't want to be. Yep, I hear you. Michael, what are you saying? How long before moving on? Give it to me.
Right, I reckon you're right. 1 year at least.
1 year.
I just got out of a 20-year marriage and then found out 3 weeks later that she's started up another relationship.
3 weeks?
3 weeks. So
shit,
hey,
you'd still have stuff in the house. Like, what happened? Was she with the dude beforehand, or is this she just went out on the town and she's like, you know what, this is a bit all right?
Yeah, like another rebound relationship.
Yeah.
But look, I don't have any problems. It's someone else's problem now, but...
You know what? That's that, Michael. You dodged a bullet there. She's someone else's problem now. You know what I love about Michael? He's not bitter. The relationship's over. He's not bitter at all.
Smallzy Surgery
is a Nova podcast. For more great shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.